Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to a Halloween special of Tempest Studios Tea with Tempest. Today we've got some really spooky topics for you. Starting with Faye's idea of what's the spookiest thing that's ever happened to you.
Sorry, no, that was my idea.
Yeah, sorry.
I was going to say I don't want to take.
What is the spookiest thing that's happened to you, Fran? Clearly, you've requested this for a reason.
I actually don't know. Didn't have a chance to think.
Spookiest thing that's happened to me.
I used to have really spooky dreams, like really spooky.
Yeah.
But
I
in the
still
sense,
get quite
well,
spooky
it's
dreams.
actually not spooky in the sense that people will. It's spooky because it's ridiculous. Like just.
Can we just mention before from the outset what's the outfit of the day from Faye?
Oh yeah,
Cannot take her seriously in this.
I'm currently dressed as cartoon phenomenon SpongeBob SquarePants.
Because we're going to a Halloween party.
But can I just say, it's a regular outfit with like just a SpongeBob thing over it.
It's like a
the
vest.
silver sleeves of my top, and then SpongeBob.
It's like when SpongeBob goes to a rave.
So you have to imagine
Patrick.
everyone here is just sat dressed in normal clothes.
Yeah.
And Faye's wearing this like massive SpongeBob.
It's because
overthrow.
We'll post a picture.
It's
believe
because
me.
Lauren told me on Monday. She
It
was
always
like,
starts with
"You
Lauren
can-"
told me. Every story on this podcast.
I give great advice.
She does, and she told me that you can't go to any event without a fancy dress item. And you know what? It's a really good advice.
More like when I go some place, I stay at someone's house for anything at all, I'll pack a small fancy dress.
So not
outfit.
casual. Don't just whip it out in an interview.
Oh no! See, you've taken it the extra mile.
Do you think that's your main life advice? Take a fancy dress everywhere you go.
No matter where the you go, just take one
Jeepers.
fancy dress outfit. I'm saying we can swear in these because we're not aiming to get 12-year-olds in our gang.
Hey guys, speaking of 12-year-olds, we
Segue of the year.
I not even planned, it's just becoming so natural at this rate. 3 podcasts in. Lauren and I were interviewing the climate change family that we met at the protest that we were talked about last time yesterday. We did a nice little...
How did it go?
Right, so it went really well. The mother of the little boy, she was
she's
amazing.
amazing.
She was a bit nervous about her broken English, but I thought that
She's
kind
from
of made
Hungary.
it- Yeah, she's from Hungary. She brought the little boy, like the 12-year-old, and then she also brought her 3-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And he was rustling around eating our Dorito snacks all day and just being
Vegan
adorable.
sausage rolls.
What flavour
Yeah.
Doritos?
Chili, because they're vegan.
Fair enough.
But he was really, really cute. And then she told us a couple stories about just her like children and stuff, and it was super.
Yeah, so like what we were saying to her when we were shooting was, I think the most important thing you can give someone is your child would be a voice, and she's really like, although she's implementing things like veganism and stuff into the diet of her family, she's really encouraging all her children, and she's given them really gorgeous names. Like when we were talking, like the youngest one, Peacemaker, because they were all like mad.
Yeah.
His name is...
No, his name isn't. It translates to Peacemaker. It's not Peacemaker. I don't want to butcher how it's pronounced, but basically, yeah, it's a direct translation to the term peacemaker. Because there was a little story behind it. Apparently, they tried for a while for a kid, and then this was the last one they were going to have. And the rest of them are quite crazy. She was like, I'm going to name this one Peace because it better bring me some peace. She was really cute, though.
Oh, I love
That's
that.
lovely.
Yeah, so that will be in the next documentary.
Oh, and the event is on...
Insert date here.
It'll be on the 5th of December.
The 5th of December on a Thursday evening. The location to be announced.
Yes.
And confirmed.
It'll be amazing. Bring along friends and family who you think
Bring along
Is your
creatives.
mother coming?
enjoy it. My mum.
Yeah.
My mum?
Unfortunately, my
Please
mum
bring her as well.
can't make it because it's not a weekend day. I'll try and convince her though, because honestly, to everyone out there that would arrive on that day, have a chat to my mum. She's amazing. She's hilarious.
Oh, yeah. She's a cat therapist
Don't lie.
for the
She
stars.
is Germany's most famous cat therapist.
Amy!
Do you have any cats?
We've got 4 cats at home.
Yeah. Wasn't she was like a doctor or something, or she was like heavily into like medicine or something?
Yeah, so she still
she got
works
sick
in
of
like
it?
pharmaceutical, but
Yeah.
she's like slowly doing less of that and more cat therapy. And it's amazing out there how many people pay for therapy for their cats. So, guys,
is it the cats are distressed or they want to get that emotional connection?
Yeah, it's like PTSD with cats and stuff. Yeah, no, it's mad.
Is it just from them bouncing around homes or?
Yeah, stuff like that.
My cat keeps bringing in dead mice to that. So the creepiest thing that happened to me.
Oh yeah,
going back to that, I've got it. So I came home after a night out, and I was like, I can't be bothered like clearing my bed. There's so much clothes and stuff. So I was like, I'll go into my mum's. And so I went in. She wasn't there. She wasn't staying. And I like rolled over. Got into bed, rolled over in her bed, so comfy, and on the pillow was a dead mouse. And looked me directly in the eyes, all right? And I just couldn't be bothered to emotionally deal with it. And then she just turned over and was like, ugh.
Oh, you fell asleep next to the dead mouse?
No, I just like rolled out of bed and just closed the door. Because previously...
I thought you just rolled over and was like, fine, I'm going to go to sleep.
No, because there was another one when I was trying to go out. I was like late for my train and I just like I didn't want to feel the warmth of it. So I put like a plastic bag and I was like, I'll deal with that when I come home. And then I came home and the mouse wasn't there. So like cats, I've had them left in like my Ugg boot and stuff like that. So the cat might need PTSD treatment, but I would also, like, if your ma can help with that.
Let's fly her out for that, just to help Francesca.
Like a piece of chocolate in a hotel, and you come into your room and the maids put a piece of chocolate on your pillow.
Only very different.
Yeah. Only like a dead mouse.
Yeah, so that's the scariest thing that's happened to me.
About
recently.
your mum being a cat therapist, have you ever seen Lunatics?
That's exactly.
Oh yeah,
right. That's why I just went a bit
honestly,
that's what I think of every time.
Where's my pet art bar?
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, your man Chris Thingy, Lunatics.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like the most
Him and Mr.
Mr. G. Mr. J, and
what's
it's
that
just she's a naughty girl with a bad habit. Bad habit for drugs.
Yeah.
Ecstasy. Ecstasy. Ecstasy.
He's just amazing. Like,
it's
the Lunatics though, those characters were mad. Like
They were
so
But like,
mad.
does your mum watch? Like, has she seen Lunatics? Has she seen that character?
She hasn't. No. I don't even know if it's out in German.
show her that character?
Yeah. She is literally that lady. What was her name again?
Oh God.
She was.
I like the little boy who just like ran about, the one
The king.
that was meant to like inherit the castle,
Yeah.
and he just like hung about in trees.
I really like the she was like a porn star.
And I like the estate agent. Everybody hated the estate agent one, but
the one with the blonde hair and the big bum.
yeah, and he was like,
Oh my.
yeah.
It was so mad.
So, Lauren, what is the scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
Ooh. I'm pretty fucking scary as is, so I don't. What?
Living in Kensington tonight.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't come up canny, lad.
There's a grave outside my house. I came home yesterday and there's just a massive big hole dug outside my house. So anyone attending my house tonight, don't jump in the grave.
The hole.
Yeah.
I can't think of a scary thing that's happened to me.
I've got one.
Oh,
All
okay,
right.
hang on, let me ask. Amy, what is the scariest thing that's happened to you?
So, I used to have a stalker, and she was a
She?
batshit crazy lady. I sometimes still hope that right now I hope that she's listening to
No one
this
has a go at
podcast.
Amy when she swears.
Um,
I'm sorry.
It's just because the way you swear, Lauren, is super offensive.
Okay, I do apologise.
Passive aggressive.
am I allowed to say a first name? Was that like...
Yeah, please.
So her first name was Stephanie. Now, I used to work in a very famous jewellery chain.
Oh my god, don't mention their name.
We don't have that money.
We have no money.
Basically, she started coming in as like a regular customer, and she like bought like hundreds of pounds worth of like jewellery, but it's like cheap jewellery, it's like fashion jewellery. And I found out after a couple of months that when she came in, I was chatting to her and she was chatting to me, she wasn't just a nice customer. Like every day after I worked in the morning when she knew I wasn't working, she would return all the shit. So she did that every time just to talk to me.
Goodness.
She wanted a slice of that German Jamaican cake.
She did. And she would it went quite mad. So fast forward, because this is a long story, but fast forward a couple of weeks. I used to be in the clothes on my own because we were like really, really understaffed. And imagine it was in a train station. It was dark. It was 10 o'clock at night. So it was winter. And I was just there. I had to count the money from the tills. And it's like this little glass block that I was in. And I heard like a banging on the glass. And it was her. And then like these two really muscly lads just standing behind her. And she was like signaling for me to let her in. And I was like, bitch, I'm just counting this money. No. And she's like, let me in. And I was like, no. Oh my God. Jeez. And I fled in the back. Well, she came back a couple of times and said things like, I just wanted you to know they're all watching you. She had this whole theory about like there are spies everywhere and they were watching us. She was obviously not well, and I hope that she got the help that she needed. But
where did who were the muscly guys? Were they security?
I don't know. No,
were they cute?
They were like they weren't cute, but
are they single?
Like, with her. One of them had like a pint in his hand, so I don't think they were legit.
My type of man.
Yeah.
What the hell? No, that would freak me.
She had like eyes though. Do you know
cute,
when you look at someone and you know they've got crazy eyes? Like crazy
eyes. I
love
love that in a man.
Really?
Yeah.
You're damaged.
No. Hey. No, I mean like crazy eyes, like sexy eyes. Depending if they're crazy. There's like a scale from crazy to mysterious.
What? So when you watch Orange is the New Black, do you look at crazy eyes and go, hey, sugar, how you doing?
Yeah, she's cute.
And vanilla
I have a scary thing now that I realised.
Ah, she does.
So the only scary thing that's really happened to me is I used to work in the Odeon, and you have to like clean up the cinema once everyone leaves and they play the credits. And I think it's The Conjuring. The Conjuring, yeah. They play, like for one of the films, they play like the real live tape of the girl being possessed, like on the police recording, and she's putting on this man voice, and I'm cleaning up the popcorn in the dark in this cinema theatre on my own, and like that's playing. So at a certain point I said, I'm not going to clean up anymore, and I quit.
Oh, that's not nice.
It's a happy ending.
Compared to your scary thing, they didn't really...
Well, my scary thing's quite funny. My scary thing's just quite funny because it's just a bit ridiculous.
It sounds like Faye all over.
Yeah, it actually is. So, for a number of years, from the ages of like 6 to 10, was like terrified of Justin Timberlake. Like I had a very, very scary experience.
Justin Timberlake.
Well, yeah, it actually was. It was a really traumatic time of my life. Like I couldn't listen to his tunes, or like I just
watch Friends with Benefit.
Right. Okay, can I explain?
Please explain.
Okay. So right. Do you remember the song with Sierra, Love, Sex and Magic?
Oh, tune.
Yeah, belter. Well, not at the time.
Love,
it was a bit.
Sex and Magic.
So it was like, what happened was I had this dream. And, well, it was more of a nightmare. And what had happened was I was watching the music video, and I think at the time it was like really sexual. Like music videos used to be very, very sexual. And I was like, wow, like look at that. So I remember it was like, I don't know where I was like in an 80s themed house. And I was like bopping on this little brown couch, blasting, blasting this song. And then out of nowhere, Justin Timberlake like looks at me, grabs a knife, comes out the telly and like starts stabbing me. And then I was like, I can remember just the blood popping everywhere, but like it was so, like I just don't realise like Justin Timberlake in his eyes wanted me dead. So I was like, I just couldn't listen or look at Justin Timberlake for like a good 4 years.
Do you think your mum could sort her right?
Yeah, like
is it like
absolutely
quite intense though.
It was really
for
intense.
A 6 to 10-year-old, super intense.
Somebody would be like, ain't nobody, and I'm like, no.
Do you like him now?
Yeah, I've seen him twice.
What a great story. She got over it.
I conquered my fear, and that's
Francesca.
What's everyone being for Halloween?
Not to not like. I'm going as Chucky because I have orange hair now, so
it's beautiful.
it works.
Well, I've got red hair now.
So what are you doing?
I don't know.
I saw your picture in the group chat.
So my mum sent me over her Halloween costume that she did for a fundraiser, but it has a witch hat. It's got what do you call them?
A corset.
A corset.
A corset.
A corset. Fairy wings, fairy skirt, and that eye mask of the skull thing.
Yeah.
So it's a very confused.
It's very contemporary.
You'll keep people's attention though.
But I'm not going to wear it.
You're not?
No.
Why?
because I got this really gorgeous kids leopard
Yeah.
tail that looks like a dead rat.
She got like a face tattoo of like leopard, but like I swear, I shit you not, it's like the size of my finger.
And I paid £5, and I was so angry when I opened it.
We were hung over on her couch and she whipped it open. It was.
And I tried to contact the seller to return it, but they've just ignored all my demands.
She's
so.
like, can I speak to your manager, please?
With my new red hair, excuse me. Can I speak to your manager?
Hilarious. Well, the thing is, I've got 3 outfit changes. So I've got SpongeBob on today. I've got, I feel like I'm so basic to come to this one, but you know when you're running out of, because I feel like Halloween's one of them you should prep, and you're like, yeah, and then it gets to Halloween the week or 2 days before, and you're like, oh, I don't have a costume.
Oh, yeah.
And like you think you can do it with like your own wardrobe, but obviously that's just not accessible.
Then you just get a Jenny Elliott costume.
Yeah, honestly. So I've got a Mia Wallace like white shirt with a black. I found a black wig in Home and Bargain.
Home bargain.
Home and Bargain.
Home and bargain. You
So
scouts, bitch.
That's the B
And
version
then,
of Home Bargains.
And then the other one. If I don't go as Mia Wallace, then I've got white spray, so I'm gonna get a wig, do it white and black, and then I've got a Cruella de Vil outfit as well. So
How long's your Halloween lasting?
I know.
well, that's what I mean. I
party's
feel
like
like
6 hours long.
well, that's what I mean. 2 hours every. Like I could have a costume change every 2 hours, and I could change my.
I bet you're passed out by hour 3.
Yeah.
Odds on. Yeah.
We're going to put you in the grave
I'm not the
outside
biggest
my
drunk
house.
in Tempest. Actually, I rarely get drunk. Maybe tonight's the night.
I get pissed really easily, so
Oh,
I'll be pissed pretty soon.
Yeah. Oh, okay. What's your favourite Halloween song?
It was a mash. Ooh, it was a monster mash.
The monster mash.
The graveyard smash.
Probably Thriller, because it's an easy one. Like I love Thriller.
What's that one from This Is Halloween? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right, can I tell you a fun fact? When I used to go to
No.
no.
Cut the airtime.
That's it. Bye, folks.
when I used to go to drama school, like every week from like 11 till no, it wasn't from 7 to 16 every week we'd have Halloween week. But we'd do like a Halloween performance, but obviously there's only like a few array of Halloween songs, so we just recycled the same 3 songs. We were like, well, it's gonna be, and then that just reminds me, like those 3 songs that we all mentioned, we did
Those ones?
every single
Yeah,
time.
I learned the choreography to Thriller when I was like really young.
Ah.
I was obsessed with the music video.
Yeah,
And Benny Michael Jackson.
I think that's a great Halloween costume as well.
Eh?
The outfit Michael
Yeah,
Jackson
it's
wears.
very, very cool for a
Yeah.
costume idea.
Oh, so my mum just texted me and told me that she loved the outfit. Oh, there was also skeleton gloves too.
Also, Francesca was kicking off and made all of us turn our phones off before we started recording. And then she sat there like, oh, I just got a text of my mum.
Yeah,
I was alright for
that's
some.
how dry my phone is. No, because I was just.
What's that film? It's the Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, and there's a song in it.
Let's do
Do
the
the
time warp again.
It's just a jump
This
to the
is
left.
just basically karaoke.
Yeah. What's your favorite
That's
Halloween
really
song?
I just sang it.
Amy. Wasn't asking you.
Well, why are you making eye contact with
They
me?
can't see my eyes. You look dumb now.
So us Germans obviously don't celebrate Halloween as much as here. So only when I came here, it's just not a like a.
We copied it from the
celebratory
Americans.
day, yeah. So when I came here, that's when I started like celebrating Halloween, and honestly, these songs are the only ones I've heard.
Really?
Oh.
I was looking up songs this morning when I was putting up my decorations. No one else was enthusiastic, so I got a broken speaker and was just playing and was trying to go through, but there's hardly any.
Is there not?
No.
Halloween songs.
Yeah. Well, they are like monster. They classify like monster Lady Gaga. A lot of Gaga. Ew. How mainstream. How dare they? By they, it's Spotify. Like.
Okay. What about then? If not music, what's your favorite Halloween horror, like related film?
I don't rate horror films personally.
I don't like.
They stress
don't
me out.
Get horror films. Like what do
I
you enjoy
understand
about being scared?
using film to make people feel emotion, but I personally don't like to feel scared.
Yeah, Honestly.
But like Amy and Callum love the adrenaline
Yeah.
you kind of get from it.
I really, really do. And honestly, I think the best horror films that I've seen, like the niche ones as well, they're all films that Callum would have showed me as well. Because he, honestly, and I never expected that. When you get to know him, you find out how much he loves horror films.
Yeah, 100%.
And has anyone watched Jeepers Creepers, the first one?
Honestly,
Yes, and I don't want to discuss. That's ruined me for 6 years.
I watched The Purge and was like, yeah, that's my limit. Like,
Really?
that I am to the point, like, Justin Timberlake stabbed me, so I feel I've got a very low threshold.
I think my limit was Hereditary, and I know a lot of people actually found it boring, but has anyone watched it?
Oh, I thought you meant like your family.
Oh,
I thought like your limit of horror was like in your
Hereditary.
DNA and you could only go so far, and I was like,
What a unique way.
the director also did Midsommar, but I haven't watched that yet.
Midsommar, is that the weird one?
Yeah, but Hereditary is also really weird.
What's it about?
Hereditary is about basically this family where I don't want to spoil it to anyone that hasn't watched it yet, but it's about like strange things happening in this like seemingly normal family, and there's a point in it where an accident happens to the little girl, and it's so heavy and shocking, and I didn't think someone would ever put something like that in a film. When I watched it, I was actually quite close to just leaving the theatre because I found it really, really heavy, and everyone that's watched it will know what I mean, and definitely watch it.
I liked Orphan.
Oh, I did like that. You know what? At the end, was she like?
That's a true story. I saw on ITV this morning. This little this girl, they adopted her, but they didn't know her true age. She pretended she was like 7 years old when she was actually like 20 something.
That,
Yeah.
It was mad.
That was a true story.
Yeah.
Is that
So
what
she
Orphan's
just-
about?
She tried to like kill like all the sons and stuff, so she would go in the middle of the road and throw like things because the kids were younger, like say their cow or toy or whatever, and then they would run into the middle of the road. Cow.
What's that?
COW, moo in the field.
I can't even. I won't even try to repeat what you just.
Cow.
A calf.
Car.
A
A car.
Car.
What's mine? I really like the Addams Family. If anybody wants.
It's like we rehearsed
I
it.
just used to think Wednesday was like gold.
Oh yeah, she's the ship.
Amazing. I love that film. Yeah, belter.
She is a belter.
Right. Well, speaking of films in general, we've just finished the script for Five of Us, the newest Tempest Studios film, coming to you next, probably April.
April.
April, yeah?
Yeah, after production and editing.
It's going to be so fun. So please get involved. Anyone who is interested, obviously on social medias, there'll be about castings. You know, we're really looking for girls who want to, obviously we want girls who are going to collaborate, but get really involved in the topic as well.
Yeah, it's a pretty heavy topic.
So it's going to be something that we need women to like back
Unite.
each other. Absolutely. So keep checking in our social media. If you like an actor or a creative and you want to get involved in sugar, send us a DM.
I think we've all kind of lost our minds. Is that Halloween
I
spirit?
know, I'm a bit tired to be honest.
Yeah.
So, Beverangino.
Beverage always, but should we close off? Who
Yes.
wants to end it?
Okay, so I hope everyone has a really good Halloween and you enjoyed your podcast. Yeah. Bye, baby.
Bye, baby.
Bye.
Enjoy your Halloween.
Stay safe.